Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, July 7th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a reverse aging health call tomorrow night, Friday, at 9 p.m. Eastern. You are the imperishable self. You were never born, you never did prevail, and you'll never die. You are the one, the all-pervading one. You have absolutely nothing to give up. You never had anything to begin with, Robert Adams. Have you stopped to wonder how truly free you actually are in your life? How free are you financially, in your relationships, in your energy, health, sexuality, consciousness, and in your heart? So I invite you to take a very long, deep look inside yourself this week and continuously ask yourself, how free am I really? Explore all the walls of your inner prison and notice what they are made of. What are the limiting beliefs, fears, attachments, and restrictions that you place on you? Who would you be without any of these limiting thoughts and feelings? What would you do different with your life? What conversations would you have with others? And how would you interact differently with closest friends and family? In my world, there is nothing more important in life than to continuously open my heart to love and find real freedom within that. The real true freedom I'm referring to starts with finding a connection to that which cannot be taken away from you. And do you know what that is? Your money can be taken away. Your job, your house, your body, your mind can all be taken away. Yet there is something in the very essence of your innermost being which is yours forever. It is the divine spiritual nature of who you truly are. This divine nature cannot be found through the efforts of the mechanical achieving mind. It is only discovered by relaxing into the core heart essence of your being. Just sitting still, relaxing into your entire life, it will show up. You don't have to do anything, create anything, or give up anything to experience it. If you try to create it with your mind, it will just be a mental construct and not the real deal. You simply have to learn how to let go of everything in your mind and realize that there already is a vast, creative, powerful, infinite, intelligent energy inside you right now. It is behind the scenes running the show. Best of all, this divine source is available for you to experience real freedom from your suffering in each new moment. The feeling of true freedom has this super expansive quality to it. It feels like it has infinite possibilities, no boundaries on energy, no limitations on love, no walls of fear blocking you from intimacy. There is no ceiling on how high you can ascend on the spiritual ladder, no windows to look out of and see the grass is greener somewhere else. Everything is a door to the divine. Every moment is a new opportunity to feel deeply, eternally loved and appreciate this amazing, magical universe we live in. When you demand nothing of the world, nor of God, when you want nothing, seek nothing, expect nothing, then the supreme state will come to you uninvited and unexpected. Nizargadada. One of the most interesting aspects of this life is that it comes with drama. We experience emotional upset, financial challenges, relationship issues, and throw ourselves into a frantic panic. All the dramas we get to face in this life are always opportunities for deeper spiritual growth. Anytime you hear yourself or someone else making a dramatic emotional complaint, remember that this is the mind's argument to remain limited in power, love, and unbounded freedom. You will know you've found true freedom when you are no longer pulled down by the drama of this life, yet are continuously empowered by them. With finding real spiritual freedom, you will find each moment contains the deepest level of peace you can imagine. You will see that nothing of this world can shake you, yet only awakens you to a deeper understanding of your unlimited creative power. True freedom doesn't mind the drama of life. It welcomes it. It embraces your mind's limitations, using them to grow beyond those old paradigms, forcing you into being all-loving, all-powerful, knowing the God source is the core of everything and everyone, including your very essence. When you live effortlessly forward, moving you effortlessly forward into the direction of feeling unstoppable in all that you do. The mind is a master at dwelling on what is not working instead of what is working. You ever notice that? You ever notice how our minds are masters at dwelling on what is not working instead of what is working? It is a genius at avoiding the truth that says anything is possible. It forgets we are divine, all-powerful beings capable of manifesting anything we put our attention upon. The mind tends to dwell what needs to change instead of what is changing. If we want to be free, we need to stop the mind, put our attention on what will make us grow into the heart of true freedom. Doing this is the most amazing, magical encounters begin presenting themselves to you. Once you adopt this truth, that each moment of life contains infinite possibilities, you acquire the power to change anything you want to about your life. This understanding is extremely powerful because it engages the most creative, unlimited parts of our brain. When we get a taste of it and digest it for a few seconds, we know without a doubt that there is nothing that you cannot create or manifest in your life. By saying yes to infinite possibilities, you feel unstoppable in your desires and realize how it's even possible that you can attract anything you can imagine with joy and ease. The true freedom that I'm referring to is not found by trying to create something new or avoid anything in this life. This type of freedom is always temporary. It feels like a freedom from something rather than a freedom for something. A freedom for something is closer to what real true freedom feels like. It makes freedom the goal instead of reaching the goal. Real freedom is all about embracing life, facing every problem as deeply eternal loving in disguise, and welcoming every situation as divine. The eyes of real freedom is seeing life is the perfect teacher in each moment and knowing everything is happening exactly as it needs to. This real freedom cannot be achieved by anything in the outer world, so it can also not be taken away, the outer world. True freedom is quite huge and radical. Our minds may have a challenging time trying to create it and grasp it. The mind cannot imagine what real freedom is. It must be grasped with the heart. In the midst of your most challenging life situation that you're facing in your life today, you can rest into the heart and discover the most expansive, freeing feeling possible. Don't listen to the mind. It makes you think you have to let go of something or reach some goal before you can become free. When you drop this idea of having to achieve anything on your inner world or outer world, you see that real true freedom is always right here, right now, inside of deeply eternal love. It is always available to you, and that you never had to do anything in this world to experience it. The reason that most people don't feel abundant love or great freedom in their lives is because they are believing in a lie. They forgot they are a spiritual being inside this packet of meat, flesh, and bones. They try to attain goals in the outer world, which they believe will bring them freedom. Yet somehow, they just become a slave to the system and forget that to attain freedom, they must choose to become free from their mind and its desires. They must find a way to transcend their ego's attachment to getting what they want and find peace with what they already have. Look within, see the self. Then there will be an end of the world and its misery. Look within, see the self. Then there will be an end to the world and its miseries. From Mata Mauritia. To find this amazing freedom, start with relaxing into your body. Let go of your mind chatter and follow your breath. Breathe into your heart and imagine it is opening up like a flower to the golden sun. Feel the infinite light from the sun penetrating your heart with every inhale. Welcome the sun light into your body and let it fill you with energy. Do this practice for 12 minutes a day, and infinite energy will start coming into your body. If the mind needs something more specific to meditate upon, imagine you are living in a field of unbounded spaciousness. There is emptiness for eternity in every direction around you. As the mind opens to this direction, you'll find your thoughts soon quiet and soften. It is in this unbounded spacious experience that we all discover our greatest power and source of unlimited potentiality. Right now, practice accepting it all, just as it is, and feel that there is this divine quality behind it. Surrender to your entire past and future, just as it is, and let it all go. Be in this moment. You have always been guided in every moment of your life. Open yourself up to totally to this moment right now. You will be able to access every experience you've ever had in your entire life. It is all available to you now. Inside you is an infinite playground of memories, desires, dreams. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies we are in. Now, we know we're not the mind, right? We're not the ego. We are not the character. We are not the personality. We are not the name. We are not our status in this life. We are the God source, the God infinite, pure consciousness, spirit, higher self, within the body. And this is what most on this planet have forgotten. Now the body is like it's a sponge. It's a super powerful sponge. And we store things in this body. All kinds of stuff. As soon as we enter the baby body and we go through this life, we store things. It doesn't mean we know it. We stress and tension and fear and anxiety, worry, all kinds of stuff. And the body absorbs it, and we store it different. The body stores it in different areas. Could be the neck, rear end, lower back, hands, eyes, feet, ears, mouth. It just depends. And in eventuality, as time goes, it can happen that we have a biological breakdown in the body because it's been carrying all this for so very long. So how do we release all of that? How do we release it? How do we naturally relax the body? The breath. It's the breath. It is focusing on your breath. You know, easy and slowly in through the nose and easy and slowly out through the mouth. When you focus on your breath, you go within the heart mind. You're not in the head or the ego mind. You're in the heart mind. And all of this believe it or not, is entertainment. It's not you. So as you focus on the breath, the body begins to let go. You surrender all kinds of stuff. It just leaves. We all put out about 60,000 plus, 60,000 or more thoughts every day. Now, since we haven't mastered our thoughts, we aren't aware of all the thoughts that we do send out to the universe. Not only that, we've got tens of millions, billions of thoughts that fly by like clouds in the sky. Interesting thing about that is that 99.999% of them aren't ours. They're programs. Then we have the mind chatter. Mind chatter is always there. But with the breath, which moves us into the now, it stills the ego mind. In other words, we step out of the ego mind. We don't engage the ego mind. We don't engage the subconscious mind. Therefore, they don't exist in the now. And all of our thoughts, everything, they're not there. Only the now exists. It's the way it's always been. Only the now. So when we understand this and we quiet the mind, the ego mind doesn't exist in the now. Okay? This is the only way we can master the ego mind and the subconscious mind. It's the only way. And to naturally relax the body. Now, it's important that we practice 24/7 being in deep gratitude, deep eternal gratitude, 24/7. Not only that, be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with oneself at all times. I've seen people just do a number on themselves. Angry about so many different things. Beat themselves up. Then when you practice this, you bring this into view. And understanding, remember, you focus on your breath, you're in the now. You're out of the ego mind and the subconscious mind. Your mind chatter isn't there. So your worry, stress, fear, anger, aggression, it's all gone. It's not there. So when, remember the ego mind, it doesn't want you to be in the now, period. It just doesn't exist there. So we all float off. Have you ever done that? You ever been, focused on something? You might have been in a conversation with somebody, and you float off. It can happen any time. It's not a negative. We just do it. But the key factor here is that you're cognizant or aware. Okay, so I floated off. I'm going to focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now. Every time you focus on your breath, you drop into the heart mind, you'll be in the now. Every single time. 3,000% of the time, you'll be in the now. Practice in this state, being in this state as much as possible. And eventually it becomes automatic. Now, since the ego mind doesn't want us to be in the now, it wants us to be where? Yesterday and tomorrow. Past and future. Most of us on this planet live in the past and the future. Future, past, past, future. And we suffer. Now you picture yourself, we're all standing in front of three paths. Now all of us are in the center path, the now. We look at the paths and we see that the trees have formed a golden canopy over each path. And the shimmering golden leaves and branches and bark. We notice that the path itself is a vibrant, brilliant, emerald green, flaming grass. Now we look at the path on the left, and they're pretty much similar. The past, and we notice how worn it is, how it's been used a lot. And then we look to the path on the right, the future, tomorrow, and it too has been very, 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 very used, a lot. However, the path that we're standing in now, it almost looks untouched. And we know why. Okay? We know that the ego mind masters most of us and keeps us in that prison. So we're constantly running into the past, or we're constantly running into the future, or both at the same time. Now, we all reminisce. We have memories, nostalgia. And we kind of just go through things. It can happen, it just kind of comes over you. Something might spark it. Something you're doing or interacting with someone says. And so you go and you say, this is really, I really enjoyed doing that. I'd like to do that again. And it's like a resource, right? And it's full of resources. It has all of our, it has our present life, it has all of our past lives, and maybe some of our future lives. And it stores everything. From time to time we'll pick up some, and we'll reminisce. And then we'll have situations where, we did something, didn't work. And so we reference that and say, I wonder if I did it this way, if it would work. Now, we have a subconscious mind. Not a lot of attention is spent on it. And the subconscious mind is the great recorder. It records everything. As soon as you go in that baby body, it starts recording, and we inherit it when we enter these bodies. And it'll record everything, not just what you're doing, but around you, things going on. And it stores it. And at times, it will randomly play it back. So, this is where this deja vu comes in. Where you're someplace and you're there, you're sitting there, and you say to yourself, strangest feeling that I've done this before, been here before. And you have. Yeah, surroundings might be a little different, but the feeling's the same. And the subconscious mind has played back a recording. Now, we'll all go into our great hall. We'll open the door, turn on the lights. Whenever you walk into a room of any kind, it doesn't mean you're cognizant of the fact that you flash your eyes to the ceiling and the walls. Well, when you walk into your great hall, you do the same thing, but there's no ceilings and walls that you can see because the place is so vast. Nevertheless, you go to the different drawers and shelves, and you pick out some movies and some books, and some pictures, right? And you'll go sit in an easy chair, and you'll see this rectangle. It's like a white rectangle, just floating. So you'll watch some movies, you'll read some of the books, and you'll look at some of the pictures. And you'll have pretty much good time. Reminisce and review and, go over things. And then you'll put everything away. Because you don't stay there. You put everything away in the proper place. You turn off the lights and you shut the door and you move forward in life. And on occasion you'll revisit. Some of us, however, unconsciously, will literally stay there so long that we end up taking the past, bringing it into a future that doesn't exist, create that future from that past, relive that past in that future. This is why people will say, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, we'll all go into the future. Because the ego mind is poking, prodding, pulling all the time. It doesn't want you in the now. So we get anxious, and we just want to know things. We get impatient. And so we seek out external authority. And there's quite a bit of it. You have astrologers. You have numerologists. You have card readers. Psychics, clairvoyants, pendulum readers, palm readers, tea leaf readers. And you'll go and you'll seek them out, one of them. And questions usually seems to be money, relationships, well-being. So you get three people, they go to this card reader. Card reader shuffles cards and lays them out on the table and starts turning them over. And then begins to tell you that you're going to come into a whole bunch of money, in a week or a couple of weeks. It'll come out of clear blue. And there's three responses usually in between this information, right? The one person looks at it and just throws out the window and thinks it's silly and doesn't believe anything at all, right? The second person looks at it and just absolutely embraces it 180,000%. They take it in, they mark it in their calendar, they count the hours, and then they develop expectations and attachments to the outcome of it. So they're pretty much fixated on it. The third person, who has tremendous amount of confidence and trust in themselves and confidence and trust in the universe, absorbs it and says, that's great. That's absolutely phenomenal. And they make sure that it's as detailed as they can make it, make sure that it goes to the universe. And then they leave it alone because they know that the universe, it'll be manifested. And it will come to them, for them. So the first two, 99.999% of the time, it isn't going to happen for them. The third person, almost every time, it'll happen for them. So we're in this great journey, this learning, experiencing. And each of us have somewhat of a knowing that this journey doesn't end, it's continuous. And so we discover that we're the God in the body. and we get all of our questions answered, and that we know we're omnipotently powerful beings. We literally can manifest anything we choose. We have parts of ourselves, gods that we are in the body. And some of those parts are stone cold asleep. And no matter what you do, they're not going to wake up, but you deeply love them just as much as you love the God parts of yourself that are awake. Consciously aware. Which means that we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, the eternal love. Now we have this illusion, and a lot of civilizations have this illusion that we're all separate. That we're not one. And this keeps us disconnected from the God within us. Literally, each of us, the gods in these bodies, is part of everything. Ever, beyond, and forever. That's a constant. It doesn't change. We are everything. Everything is us. So if you look at the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, they have bodies. Gods within those bodies are part of the gods within these bodies. Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. They all inhabited bodies. Their gods are part of the gods that we are in these bodies. They're pure consciousness. And all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, are guards and beneath earth. Fairies, sprites, elves, gnomes, dwarves, trees, trolls. Elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood. Mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, centaur, minotaur. All of our loved ones who ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Off-worlders, galactic, celestial. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans. Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian. All light energy beings in all the light spectrums. We're all one. And the interesting thing is that most civilizations are in that illusion of separation. So they believe they're separate. You ever notice that when you're with a group of people that are on the same page, and you focus on something together, all together, you ever notice how powerful and how warming that feeling is? When you're together, say. This is when you start realizing that you're one. Now, when you believe in separation and that we're all separate, that's when we suffer. Because that's when we're going into the future, the past the future, over and over and over again. And we sidestep them out. Now we focus, all of us, the gods that we are, in these physical forms, we focus on this planet. And we say to ourselves, we say together, we think it's time that we liberate this planet from the pure evil. that has plagued it for thousands and thousands of years. From the lower dark matter, spiral matter frequencies, from souls who have absorbed too much darkness. Let's liberate it. Let's transform it into a God planet paradise. Well, when just in a humanoid form, there's about 8 billion gods on this planet. That's not including all the other forms that gods are inhabiting. So one thing is right. Okay, when we look at this, this is a God planet. Number one. And number two, it's not quite a paradise yet, but if you look at it as the God that you are, you'll say, wow, this is the God that I am. So it's through our vibrational light energy as a collective consciousness focused on this planet to transform it. This is going on right now. And we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. We're all God. And we're all love. And our God force love light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, expand, grow, and strengthen. Now we form a massive white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the gods that we are in these bodies. Pure, deep, eternal love. Highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. And we're flooding this planet, saturating and permeating with this love. There's no escape. Never has been. All life, the highest supreme value in universes. Now we begin to ascend above the planet. We come in contact immediately with a massive ocean of glitter. It's not like an ocean of glitter that you would view on this planet. It's way beyond that. So we pick up things that we're familiar with on this planet to describe it. We want to describe it. And so a grand finale fireworks display. These are light show, grand finale is light show display, and a ballroom globe. You know, the mirror globe, perfectly etched mirrors. You shine light on it, it floods the room with light. We take all three of these depictions and we combine them into one massive crescendo. The crescendo is this big burst of sparkling, multicolored, clear, vibrant light. And that brings us real near to the description of the ocean of glitter. We are the glitter. We are these little tiny microscopic mirrors, perfectly etched. And so we enter those mirrors. And we discover that we, all of us, are learning and teaching, teaching and learning. Learning and teaching, teaching and learning. And it doesn't matter. It can be any form, any physical form. You know, butterfly, dragonfly, caterpillar, bird, dog, cat, tree, leaf, bush. I mean, anything. And it just depends where we're at with ourselves. Well, if we're in the physical material world, we're going to miss most of that. We're distracted. And, you know, the physical material world we created for our entertainment. We didn't create it to immerse ourselves in it. We created to visit it and entertain ourselves and then step out of it. Those of us who are in the now and have taken the journey within, we'll experience that. We'll look at other things and we'll view things. And we'll know, what is that teaching me? What is the God in that physical form teaching me? And there's no randomness, believe it or not. It's all engineered for you. For all of us. So we review things. You watch a bird fly overhead, and you just kind of wonder, what that bird is, what message that bird is giving. You ever notice that sometimes a bird will just kind of, and it's not hunting for food, but it's circling around you, kind of floating around. You remember when you were a kid? A lot of us did this. We'd look at something and say, well, I want to be that. I want to be that horse. And today we still do the same thing. When you look at something and you focus on your breath, you move into the now and your being, and you focus on whatever it is that you were wondering what it would like to be that, and for a brief instant you will know exactly what it's like to be that. See, we all came here, we entered these bodies to enjoy our life, not fight with our lives. Now, we have, the gods who are in these bodies have created flaming columns of light. These are reminders for us, such as the one that Archangel Raphael carries, which is an omnipotent, powerful, vibrant emerald green flaming healing light. And this reminds us that the gods that are within these bodies are the power of healing the body. Then we look at Archangel Michael carrying the purple, violet, blue flaming light. And this reminds us, the gods that we are in these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we have the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are protected 24/7, infinity and beyond, with a white fire armor, which emanates from the gods that we are, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. So, maintaining that frequency, lower dark matter, survival matter frequency, pure evil, souls that have taken in too much darkness, they can't congregate around us because they'll vaporize. They can't hold their low frequency to our high frequency. So they have to stay away or vaporize. So we literally are protected 24/7, infinity and beyond. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency, consciously or unconsciously, low enough, through hatred, anger, greed, revenge, dishonesty, manipulation, envy, hurriedness, fear, stress, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing all lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then there's the possibilities of demon possession, attachment, many other things. So if you decide to do this, we have some fail-safes, the gods that we are creating. First one is a double column of flaming light. First part of the column is purple transmuting flame. It reminds us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame, transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, send them into pure consciousness where they are, no more. Second part of the column is the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony, the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then we're met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are in these bodies, to remind us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, the rain, the rainbows. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the sunsets and the sun rises. We are the trees and the forests and the soils and the animals, clouds in the sky. We're everything. Everything is us. So in separation mode, right, in the material physical world, we'll look at something like a sunset, oceanfront, mountain view, whatever it may be, and we'll say, isn't that beautiful? I got to get a picture of it. Right? Well, the one part is that it is beautiful because it is the God within the bodies. Okay? Now, the journey within, discovering the God that you are, you would look at that and you would say through the heart-mind, that is the God that I am. Huge difference between the two. And of course, it's through the heart-mind, not the ego-mind. So we continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it if we're carrying physical form. The reason we do this is because we can, and it's a lot of fun. Now, we come across a massive oblong sphere housed in a column of crystalline light tower. Okay? And we, the gods, created this tower. And it's larger than the universe and beyond. Now, inside the sphere is this very, very large golden white ball of light. Now, this light is surrounded by multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. This, in turn, creates this super bright, vibrant cloud mist, right? Sparkling, reflecting. It's absorbed through our heart minds, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. Now we discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest. Eternal love, gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, and massive abundance. Now, at the top of this crystalline tower, we, the gods in these bodies, designed this so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it does infinity and beyond. What is the golden ocean? The golden ocean is pure, deep, eternal love. It's just like the golden white bowl of light, discovering that it is a reflection of the gods that we are in these bodies. That this ocean is saturating, permeating, and flooding this planet, on it, in it, above it, below it, 24/7 infinity on. There's no escape. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We, the gods that we are in these bodies, are drops of that golden ocean. We also hold the essence of that golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We then come across our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We, the gods in these bodies, created this sphere over 4 years ago. It houses near 1,900 meditations in perpetual motion. 7 days a week, every day for over 4 years. Collective consciousness, all the gods gathered, as one. Hundreds of millions on and off world, consciously aware, focus on the complete liberation of this planet. These meditations intensify, grow, expand, are constantly flooding the planet. That's off the charts. It's so super powerful. And it is changing the planet into a God-planet paradise. That's why the sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond it, forever. And it continues to grow, intensify, and expand. Now, any of us can take a look at what's happening. We focus on our breath. We move into the now. And we just watch. We float around, watch. And you see, we have put this golden white, pink, shimmering field, so to speak, in the atmosphere from the ground up. We've enclosed a golden white, pink, vibrant sky. And we see all this dark matter, rogue AI, goop, pure evil, lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, souls that absorb too much darkness. It's all evaporating from the planet. And you see as it goes through this field, it starts to flash and disintegrate. It vanishes. And you see as it's depleting, becoming less and less and less. Any of it that makes the sky, canopy, will be immediately vaporized in one flash. And all of this is pure, deep, eternal love. So they cannot survive, period. And they're vaporizing. They're being vaporized. Now, does this end? No. It's here. It's infinity and beyond. Never again will lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, pure evil, ever, ever, ever be on this planet again. In it, on it, above it, below it. Ever. That's the transcendence. Ascension into higher vibrational frequency by choice. This universe is your playground. You can be whom you ever choose to be. There are no rules on who you can or cannot be. So who do you want to be today? What thoughts and beliefs do you most want to have that will take your life in this new direction? Create an inner map of yourself. Guide that arrives at your ideal future state of mind. Start by exploring what thoughts you like to think about, and if you wish, write them down. What does your favorite teacher or master usually say? Think about or focus on. What will it feel like for others to be around you when you're in this new state of mind? Randomly ask yourself 17 times today, what am I thinking? Is this thought creating who I want to become? What am I thinking? Is this thought creating who I want to become? I'll join you in meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy, slow breath into the nose and an easy, slow breath out of the mouth. Be still. Look even deeper within. What is generating your thoughts? Where is the source of the thoughts that are coming through your mind right now? Ask yourself randomly during the course of today, if you're not this whirlwind of thoughts, then who are you? Then look beneath them and beyond them. Sit with this question for at least 10 minutes today. Where are my thoughts coming from? The infinite universe, your consciousness, and change are the only three constant things in life. Meditate on them all throughout your day today. Practice embracing this truth on all levels, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Let this truth seep deeply into your core. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here Friday, July 8th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call, and 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call.